Hello everyone, welcome to Maths YouTube channel. Today we are going to discuss circles in the revision series. This chapter can come for up to 8 to 9 marks in your final exam. It can have an MCQ, 2 marker, 3 marker, even 5 marker question. Okay, before we discuss all these problems, let's see the synopsis of the chapter. So we know that every circle has a center, right? Every circle has a center. Let me call this as O. We know that O is the center of the circle. Okay, we're just revising the parts quickly. Now let me take one point on the circumference of the circle. What is the circumference? This boundary is called the circumference of the circle. So if I take a point on the circumference, let's say A, and I join center to this point. Okay, I've joined the center to that point. So this OA is called the radius of the circle. So what is OA? Radius, and it is a line segment. That means it has a definite length, right? It is a line segment. Suppose I take two more points on the circumference of the circle. Let me say B and another point C, and I join them. Then what do I get? This BC is called chord of the circle. Chord of the circle. Now, let me take this BC and let's say it passes through the center of the circle. Same situation, but it is passing through the center of the circle. Then what do I get? Let me name it PQ. Then this PQ, which is passing through the center of the circle, is called diameter of the circle. So, PQ is diameter. Also, we know that it is the longest chord, right? It is the longest chord and it also is twice the radius of the circle. Okay, now I'm going to take the same chord, but I'm going to make it pass out, like I'm going to extend it. Then what happens? If I extend it, something like this. Okay, so I have a chord. You can see this XY. If they are the points, then that is a chord, but I've extended it in both directions. Then that is called a secant. And it is a line. So what does that mean? Now, it doesn't have a definite length. So, XY is the secant. Suppose the same secant, I'm going to push it towards the boundary of the circle and make sure that it touches only one point. Okay, like this, of the circle. Let me name it T and let me name this point as M. Okay. So you can see that it is touching the circle at M, and this M is called point of contact for what? This T. What is the T called? Special name given to it is tangent. And our main topic of discussion in circles chapter is all about tangents, right? Also, we have learned one result pertaining to this tangent and the radius of the circle. Suppose I join OM, you know this is the radius, right? Because it's coming from the center to the point on the circumference. So this is the radius and this is the tangent, will always be perpendicular. Where? At the point of contact. Okay, that is first result you have learned. Now, if I take a circle and I take 3 points, okay, one is inside the circle, one is outside the circle, somewhere here, and one is on the circle. Okay. Now my question is, how many tangents can you draw from these 3 points? If I take this point which is inside the circle, how many tangents can you draw? You can't draw any tangent. Why? Because if a tangent has to be like this. It has to touch only one point. It cannot pass inside the circle, right? So you cannot draw any tangents if the point is inside the circle. So 0 tangents. Suppose the point is on the boundary of the circle. How many tangents can you draw? Only one. So it passes only through this point and you can draw only one tangent. So let's say this is P, you can draw only one tangent. Suppose you have a point which is outside the circle, that is called the external point. Then how many tangents can you draw? You can draw 2 tangents. One is, let's say, going like this. The other one is like this. Okay. So let's say this is the point of contact S and this is the point of contact T. Okay. So from an external point, you can draw 2 tangents. Now, what is the speciality about this external point and the tangent coming from that is that it has a definite length, because QT, it has two endpoints, because other tangents you can see it is infinite, length is infinite, but here the length is definite, you can have a certain length. So what is the second property that you have learned? QT will be equal to QS, right? That is the second theorem. That is, from an external point, if you draw two tangents, the lengths will be equal. Now let's look at some MCQs. The first one is, this is an assertion reason question. So PA and PB are two tangents to a circle with center O such that angle AOB is equal to 110 and APB is 90 degrees. So let me draw this. So there's a circle with center O, okay, and PA and PB are two tangents. What does that mean? P is the external point. So if I take P as the external point, PA and PB, these are the two tangents, okay. They have given angle AOB is equal to 110 degree. So angle AOB, let me connect them. So this is given as 110 degree and angle APB is equal to 90 degree. This is given as 90 degree. Okay, let me verify if this is possible, if these values are possible. We know that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. So what happens? Angle A will be 90 degree and angle B will also be 90 degree. That means I already have a sum of 180 degrees here, 90 plus 90. Since this is a quadrilateral OAPB, the sum is 360. Already 180 is gone, so there's only 180 left. But if you add these two up, you're getting 200 degrees, which is not possible. So assertion is false. Assertion is false. What about the reason? Length of two tangents drawn from an external point are equal. This is already a result we discussed in the summary. So that reason is true. But is it a correct explanation? No. Anyway, but it doesn't matter because assertion is already false. So assertion is false and reason is true is the right answer. Okay, now let's look at the second one. O, P and N are collinear. Radius of the circle with center O is twice the radius of the circle with center N. OX is equal to 18 centimeter, then what is PN? Okay, now let me take PN. Here PN is the radius of the circle with center N. So let me take it as X. Then what will be the radius of the bigger circle? OP, that is twice. It's already given. So this is 2X. Okay, if I join N and X, that is also the radius of this circle, right? So that will also be X. And they've already given that OX is equal to 18 centimeter. That is, this part is 18. So this is the information I have. They're asking me to find Pn. Pn, value of Pn is X. So let me use Pythagoras theorem. Why Pythagoras? Because we know that radius is always perpendicular to the tangent. So by Pythagoras theorem, this is the hypotenuse now. So ON square will be equal to OX square plus xn square, right? Now let me substitute. On is nothing but 3x. The total length is 3x. So 3x whole square is equal to, what is OX? We know it is 18. 18 square plus xn is x square. Now let me simplify this. 3x whole square is 9x square. Let me bring x square this side, is equal to 18. So 8x square is equal to, sorry, 18 square. So this will be 18 into 18. So x square will be equal to 18 into 18 divided by 8. So let me cancel it out. Okay, 2 4s are 2 9s are, again 2 2s are 2 9s are. So I can write x as square root of 9 square, that is 9 into 9, 9 square by 2, which is nothing but 9 by root 2. That is option C. Now the third MCQ is, if QR is equal to 12 centimeter, so they are given the value of QR, this one is 12 centimeter, okay. Find the perimeter of PQTRSO. So let me first find this polygon. This is PQTRS and O. So I have to join it back to P to get my polygon. So they are asking me to find the perimeter of this polygon, right? Now they've given QR is 12 centimeter and also they've given the radius as 7 centimeter. So if this is 7, OS will also be 7 automatically, right? Now let me take QP as X. Then what will be the value of QT? QT will also be X, because now Q here is the external point from which I have two tangents, that is QP and QT, and both will be equal. So both will be equal to x and x, right? Now we know that QR is 12, the total length is 12. If part of it is x, the remaining will be 12 minus x. So TR will be 12 minus x. Now again you can find another external point, that is R. From R, you again have tangents RT and RS. Those will be equal. RT will be equal to RS. So if RT is 12 minus x, what will be the value of RS? That will also be 12 minus x. Now the perimeter is nothing but I have to add all the sides. So let me add 7 plus 7 will give me 14. X and minus x will get cancelled here. X and minus x will get cancelled here. So I just have 7 plus 7, 14 plus 12 plus 12, that is 24. So totally it is 38 centimeter. Done? Okay. Now next, fourth one. Similar to the third one, okay, the same concept we are applying, that is the tangents from the external point are equal. Same concept we are applying, but it's slightly different. So let's see. If PQ is equal to 12 centimeter, QR is 15, RS is 14, find SP. SP is this side. So I am supposed to find that. So let me take one of it as, let me name all of these points where it is touching as A, B, C and D. Done. If I take AP as X, let me take AP as X. You can see that P is the external point here from which I have two tangents, that is PA and PD. Similarly, from R you have two tangents, that is RB and RC. Let me mark them, RB and RC, and note that all these will be equal in length. Similarly, from S you have two tangents, that is SD and SC, and from Q you have two tangents, QA and QB, right? All these will be equal in length. Now if PA is X, what will be the value for PD? It will be X as well. I already know that PQ is 12 centimeter. So if PA is X, then AQ will be remaining part, that is 12 minus X. If QA is 12 minus X, what about QB? It will also be 12 minus X, right? Now we know QR, the total length is 15. So QR, I can split it as QB plus BR, right? Now QR is 15, let me substitute, is equal to QB is 12 minus X, 12 minus X plus BR. This is what I have to find, right? Now let me retain BR and shift everything to the other side. So 15 minus 12 plus X is equal to BR, that is equal to 3 plus X is BR. So BR will be 3 plus X. Similarly, what about CR? That will also be 3 plus X. Now we know something about SR. What is SR? It is 14 centimeter. So if I subtract 14 minus 3 plus X, I am going to get 14 minus 3 plus X. I am going to get 11 minus X. So SC will be 11 minus X. Then what will be DS? It will also be 11 minus X. Right? What am I supposed to find? SP. So if I add X plus 11 minus X, what am I going to get? 11 centimeter. So that is your answer. Option D.